Mamona so Joseph.
I question the pacha.
Mwenze mama uza tubakweze kene. Paja sizashtika.
Kamera. Ike papa mwamba.
Alawa paja izativuta ba kocha zamwe mimi nache kusoro uzo.
Nikira ike papa.
Aikweze kama.
Yes.
Kachani. Ni chani yemfuna. Nanga kuimula so singa imirire. Ehe. Si. Singa namuke. Papa, you see, he's going to be coming your shot the whole time. That kuyosa kui mtoto batai. These guys can move there, there's no problem, they can. Are you seeing the stream? Muzako. Muzako nzaenda. There's already a guy in front. Right, so good evening. You are watching the Midlands Basketball Association fixture between Bulldogs Basketball Club and Red Arrows. Quite an interesting game that we have this evening. The battle of young legs. It is the Red Arrows that are famed for transition basketball, and of course Bulldogs really plays a similar play. And I'm joined by your regular coach, player, commentator. This gentleman is an all-rounder, and that is no other than David Musonda. And we'll be interacting with you this evening throughout this matchup that is happening at the Zamshu Arena in Saka here. And one of the things that obviously makes this fixture interesting, David, is that we've got two teams that play somewhat similar kind of basketball. And when you talk about size on the floor, there isn't that much of a difference. What do you make what we have? Are we going to have an exhilarating fixture as well?
I'm expecting to say we're going to have this high. They both play more similar game, they're evenly matched size-wise, and when it comes to their sort of play, it's all about running the basket, getting that quick layup, and I'm hoping to live up to the expectation of what we hope to see.
All right, so for those of you that did not manage to make it here at Zamsho Arena in the start of the game, David was referring to between Huskies and Looters really went to the wire, and it was a very thrilling fixture. And of course, building up from there, we've got Huskies with Jacob picking the ribbon for Huskies Basketball Club. Let's talk about last weekend, the game that Bulldogs played. How crucial is that game for them coming into this fixture?
And they managed to weather the storm of Alexis Antonio, who's I can say had all around the entire game. Talk about Mukuta. Talk about the weekend. It's something that it was interesting to find their heart and how they weathered the storm, how they continued. And it was a narrow victory. I believe it was just a game. So they are coming into the fixture from winning such a big game. It's motivating for the team. So we're hoping to see the same fight, the same fire, and I'm hoping Tony actually pointed out to the guys that victory last week will get ahead. Right now, the amount of the time as they're playing Red Arrows. Because Red Arrows at the moment in the league, it's a team that's been giving access to
Bigger teams. David, the assignment is quite huge this evening, as Red Arrows also have been on a winning form lately. And today is a battle of teams that are coming off combo victories, and we will see which team will carry the day. Bulldogs there. That is Akapia there. Get 2 points for Bulldogs Basketball Club. Veteran Sinkonde finding Brat Champo. Bulldogs there almost got a steal. I don't know, David. It could be just me, but somehow I think there's a bit of a slow offensive start to both teams. You know, by now we haven't seen that transition attacks. You know.
Right now, this matchup is even, though by the standing, Red Arrows is superior by a team in between. So we're hoping to see Coach Tony has hopefully get a W.
So Evans Funda is on the line now, missed his first. He takes his second, again misses. Mark Inenbaum grabs the rebound at Arrows. It is Bright Champo with the basketball, tries to reset. Evans slices through the key, connects with Champo. Champo launches the three, fails to convert. It is, I always have to pronounce his name. 11 for Bulldogs. Lizwe. It's just the pull-up itself for me. I'm not seeing that confidence, David, like the one that Dominic, you see, Dominic was confident, he was decided. The moment he got the ball, he knew what he wanted to do. I'm kind of not seeing that with Bright Champo, who is a regular scorer for Red Arrows Basketball Club.
I believe it boils down to, the attitude that's come in with. He's every time, you feel say as every time you pull up, it's going now he's come with an attitude to say, okay, whatever shot I'm going to take, see, this is exactly what you're talking about. You know, wide open jumper and he
and misses a layup again. And Bulldogs need to do a good with rebounding there, because there's no way Bright Champo can attempt be able to comfortably pick his own rebound, go in for a layup. Yeah, and you know, talking about Laston, he's one of my favorite players on this team. Looking at his aggression, his energy on the team, and his hustle. And Coach Joe Sambolo there making some substitutions for the first time into the game. But on the line, taking one free throw is Leesway, who just went for a layup, used his length. And when we talk about this young man who's on the free throw at the moment, the layup we just witnessed a while ago, I feel it's something that he can be doing more often, because he's got the length, he's got the height, he's got the skills, and it can be difficult to actually stop him if he keeps doing more of that.
This is the player that's left-handed. You know how he needs to
guard it left-handed. Ginobili.
Yeah. Most guys will leave around there. So you're talking about someone who's like the opposite, you know. So every time you just get used to him going the opposite way. And the two substitutions that Coach Bruno has put in, the change is more on emphasizing on their transition. Michael. So I
Mark Appear, do some work.
So I believe he's more focused now, trying to run most definitely Michael and Shelton bringing that explosiveness, you know, in the ball, you know, getting in that quick layup or shot. So, the time will change. We're hoping to see how it's going to work out.
It's a little off, David. It seems off. It seems off, David.
They've been out-rounded defensively, been out-rounded
I like the work that Mark is doing for Bulldogs Bus Club. Unfortunately there, he couldn't quite connect with Cyrus in the paint. But this is a new signing whose value we're now beginning to see as he sells in this Bulldogs organization. But so far, I think the outlook is good. Charlton with the basketball for Red Arrows, trying to work something out, but unfortunately. Now again, the issue of rebounding. There are so many second chance rebounds or offensive rebounds that Red Arrows is getting so far. And this is something that Bulldogs need to address immediately, because they have the height. If you have Leesway Court, you've got Jacob, you've got Cyrus already. That's enough length to be able to ensure that those second chance posts or rebounds, you know, are taken care of. Michael with the steal.
I've seen a couple where they haven't even any points from their second chance.
Mark Kapir there doing some work for Bulldogs Basketball Club. Right, posting up there for Bulldogs. Yet exactly. and he is one of he's one of those top scorers for Red Arrows.
It's quite unusual. Right. Right now we're talking about halfway into the first quarter, and he's sitting at 0 points. I don't think he even has an assist in this game. I believe how he's gotten his groove. We're hoping to see more of him, and he's got his first points on the line.
So finally, Bright Champo, the leading marksman for Red Arrows, registering his presence on the score sheet this evening. A very slow offensive start for Red Arrows, but of course credit goes to Bulls Basketball Club for playing very good defense and being patient on that transition, and also recognizing a play from inside. Chimwemwe there, knocked down a 3 for Bulldogs Basketball Club. Jacob didn't read. I don't know why Jacob stopped with transition there. I think he could have continued with the movement. Yeah, you know, like thrill, you know, we're expecting this game to be, you know, highly energetic and intensive, but so we're not seeing that. And earlier on, you talked about Coach Joseph making changes with the view of ensuring that he gets that transition going, picks up the tempo and the momentum. Is it what you saw?
Not really, because right now I've only seen one position where they've gotten, you know, from a fast break. So something that I don't know what's happening with Red Arrows. They made it, Bulldogs actually doing a good job, you know, stopping the transition.
Defensively.
Yeah, so it's something that it's unusual with Red Arrows. Maybe it's the time you're talking about.
Yeah, it's only the.
These guys are used to training up to now.
This to be home. That is that. Anyway, it is 20-13 baskets here, with Bulldogs leading by 7 at the Zamshu Arena in the Soccer Midlands Basketball Association red season fixture. Red Arrows is taking on Bulldogs Basketball Club, and so far, Bulldogs in their offensive rhythm, looking to build on what has been working for them. And I love the fact that they are using more of Mark Kapia inside there, who's working very well. And I've seen now that Coach Joseph Mbula has made a change, bring on slightly a bigger body, jersey 8, on Mark Kapia, who had a field day, I would say, on Bright Champo. Jacob on 5. What a good drive. He should dunk that. He should dunk that. He should dunk that. He had good separation there. Exactly. So that is Jacob, one of the youngster Bulldogs Basketball Club, a very talented and promising player. And David, when you look at players like Jacob, what do you think with regards to Zambian basketball?
It's really good to see, you know, kids like Jacob showing such potential when it comes to the out. So there's hope. There's hope, and I'm hoping to see more of players like him.
There's Mark Kapia once again. It is a Kapia show, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Zambian Arena. It is Bulldogs in the lead. He's 100% today. He's 100% today for.
Right now, I think he should be the leading scorer for Bulldogs. For those that didn't watch the previous game, just a quick find out. We saw Luton into the fourth quarter with a 7-point lead. And Tim was just came, and we saw the game going to overtime. And in overtime, they had the floor general, showing his command of the floor.
Lord Marshall.
Yeah, Lord Marshall. And that's what worked out. And so carried there. The game was so explosive. We were hoping to see the second overtime.
Yeah.
The floor general couldn't allow
the foreman, the Lord Marshall against the foreman. What an interesting combination. What a thrilling game it was, David. And in this one, getting to see momentum picking up, and I know that we're going to have quite an interesting match as well, especially for the last game. It's Makapia going to the rack. Unfortunately, couldn't quite finish there. Bulldogs and Red Arrows trading basket. It is 25 to 15. What a spectacular layup there from Michael, the dribbling wizard. Number 13. Mark. Come on, Cyrus. You can't miss that one, Cyrus.
Said to him on the silver platter and he blows it.
It doesn't get better than that.
Cyrus doesn't get better than that. Come on. So, talking about Mac, the start of the game, till now, you saw him, taking his time, getting the land one. Right now, we've seen, he's gone out of his, I call his comfort zone. We're now seeing him dribbling the basketball out of control and missing. So he just to remember to say what's working for him. Please don't change it. What's working in the basketball is the paint, taking your time, getting that bump finish. So let us stick to that and this game,
The need to go back to those good looks that they were having with Mark, which were maybe finished. Leaves the drive there, but couldn't quite convert. When we launches, and unfortunately it's an air ball for Bulldogs. That is Duncan's second, by the way. And this time around, now let me talk about Duncan. This is second three, second attempt in the first one. This again. So you need to watch that man there. Like he literally can't see properly.
This is so unusual, Duncan.
Being able to shoot from distance.
We're used to him being in the paint, getting those mid shots, and today he's just pulling.
Beautiful game of basketball there. Connection between Bright Chapel and this gentleman's name, I always tell Stanley, madam. Stanley. Jacob Lons, and Jacob books off a trip to the far line, Bulldogs Basketball Club.
Talking about right now, they are really sticking on the 3-point line, and I believe it's not really being working for us. The conversion rate on the 3-point line in these three positions has costed them.
You also attribute the low conversion rate to shot selection, because what I've seen is that their selection is very good at the moment, and that is affecting ability to convert. So this is something that they need to work on. they can put the ball easily. They've got the length, they can space the floor. So I don't know why there isn't that effective movement to be able to create those nice looks from beyond the arc.
And the other thing is what has been working for them is that inside presence. So they revert to that. You give the post player and work. Once the defense starts to lag, then you start kicking out. Then you're going to have good looks for the rim. But right now, you say they're actually forcing that through. So then they need to relax the team. Not taking away their shooting abilities, but I believe what is the work has been giving the basketball down there, having mark work, and yeah.
And I love the fact that highlighted them or the need of getting Mark to work. He's the guy that so far, if you give him the basketball, he's given him nothing but either a trip to our line or a basket. In fact, a trip to the farm, a basket, or an and one, basically. That's what he's been doing. Exactly. Let me know where you're watching us from. We are casting to you from the Zambian in Lusaka here in the mid-regular season fixture between Bulldogs Basketball Club and Red Arrows. Both teams coming from wins last weekend. One of them will extend their win this evening, the end of the final whistle. So wherever you're watching us from, let us join us, let's interact, and let's converse on the game of basketball.
Find out. Hands up, hands.
It is 28-24. Bulldogs still in hand. Charlton on the far line, and Tony right now making a substitution, and it will be Bright Chizera that will be coming in for Mark Appeal, a man who's had quite a very effective first quarter in this ball game, and I can comfortably say, David, that Mark is responsible for the lead that Bulldog at the moment is enjoying. So he's 30 baskets to 26. Charlton on the drive. Charlton kicks out to Michael. Champo launches, but unfortunately. So it is Red Arrow's position. Champo with the basketball against Liswa. Can Champo work out something? Champo launches a three. Fails to convert. Charlton gets the rebound over Jacob. How ironic.
Small man with big heart.
Whoa, good crossover there from Charlton, and he shoots. You know, Charlton reminds me of what we're seeing from the Japan, you know, at the FIBA World Cup. Japan has the smallest player at the moment at 5'5", is it 5'4" or 5'3"?
Yeah.
And the guy has been managing to launch 3-point shots on guys that are over 6'5".
This is something that we'll be talking about. If you're small and you're playing the game of basketball to the exception, you need to have a lot of, tricks. So this is what we're seeing from Charlton. His explosiveness, his athleticism, it's unmatched.
Bright here from Bulldogs being a little bit overzealous on defense, and referee Mweshi immediately catches him napping. Champon live. Champon Brooks for Bulldogs Basketball Club.
So right now it's a 2-point.
So Coney immediately makes a substitution and brings back Bright on the bench. I like his aggressiveness though, you know, at least if you had an opportunity. David, what a over there from the veteran Sinkonde, who drive. Sinkonde with the rebound. Again. Are you seeing aggression from Red Arrows Basketball Club, especially with the rebound, the second chance rebounds in the paint?
This is something that Tony needs to address on his next time out or half-time. Right now, Red Arrows actually feeding on those rebounds. They're getting offensive rebounds at the moment. So this is something that is
Beautiful crossover there, Jacob, my word. Beautiful basketball there. Look at Charlton. Yes, David, the crowd is now coming alive here as the scores are now even. It's 32 apiece. Bulldogs Basketball Club and Red Arrows beginning to stir the momentum, getting the crowd involved in this game. Talk about transition basketball.
Jacob came in, did very brilliant crossover. Go to the lane, made the layup. And after making the layup, he forgot that he's supposed to play defense. So this is something that, players need to understand. If Jacob wants to, you never stop playing defense. You always play defense. Be it on offense, you have to play defense. Be it on offense, so you don't force for Red Arrows.
Very true. Looking like a coach there. Stanley from Red Arrows. Red Arrows now in the lead for the first time in this game. It is 34-32 baskets here at the Zamshu Arena. Jacob one-on-one getting Michael. I know Jacob didn't pull up for that shot. He has the hat. Chibwemwe launches. It's an arrow again. It's Bulldogs Basketball Club. I don't know why he had to pass there. That's a clear mid-range shot.
He can be shooting on any guard. Look who's guarding him. Look at the person guarding him. Look at the mismatch there.
Chimwemwe rejected by veteran Sinkonde Red Arrows. It is Charlton on the break for Red Arrows, fails to convert. But Champo was there for the cleanup. The Airmen are now leading by 4 points. 36 baskets to 32. Bulldogs with the chance, and Chimwemwe converts. Is a basket separating the two. Oh my word! Sinkonde! Ladies and gentlemen, basketball has begun here at the Zamshu Arena. Talk about the veteran Sinkonde. Come on. David, it's going to take a long time for people to recover from that spectacular piece of showmanship that veteran Sinkonde showed us today. 38-34 is the scoreline here, with Red Arrows picking momentum. Chuma launches a 3 for Bulldogs Basketball Club, but unfortunately, he can quite convert. Red Arrows squander their possession over there. This this is why we came to watch them of basketball on a very good Saturday like this one. And what Sinkonde has shown us is what the game of basketball is about. Jacob trying to connect with Cyrus. Lee's way, in my view, should have finished. That's a straight layup for Lee. Michael Lunt, Michael connects. 41, David. It's now 41 to 34. Bulldogs need to go back to the approach that they had in the quarter, which gave them that lead. But so far, Red Arrows is beginning to find their rhythm. Mark needs to get back on the floor. And look at the guy that got the rebound. Charlton.
Right now, the inside presence of Bulldogs is 0 to 9. Because everything they're doing is everything from outside, and Red Arrows are actually feasting.
Talk about Sinkonde posting on Jacob, who's clearly taller than him. I bet it's experience that is at work over there. Though I do sympathize or somewhat agree with the complaint that Jacob is sending to the referees. If you notice where Sinkonde is turned, there's that elbow, sort of swinging. So, I mean, it forces every defensive player, obviously, to be mindful, because you can lose a tooth over there,
Indeed. But when it comes to elbow swinging, there's this rule that's in FIFA. You can only go for the elbow when the elbow is extended above the shoulder. But if it's anything below the shoulder, then actually, it's deemed to be legal.
So if any taller than me is guarding me, and because by virtue of me being shorter, my elbow can't go up their shoulder.
You're the one telling if you're going to lift above your shoulder.
Okay, that's clear now.
Anything below, it's a normal play.
Okay. Jacob launches three. Connects for Bulldogs Basketball Club. 37-2 baskets. Again, Red Arrows utilizing their transition. So this was the third time Bulldogs Basketball Club is getting caught sleeping on that fast break scoring opportunity that Red Arrows so far has kept on utilizing. 44 baskets to 37. Red Arrows now in command of the game. And
looking at how Red Arrows are running offense, I feel to say Bulldogs at the moment, every time they get that good look, every time they get that good shot, they are having this laissez-faire of getting back in defense. Every deserves turn, giving the basket, which is wrong. We're not letting them sprint back, throw off any nearest pass. Right now, Red Arrows, the fast break is a long pass. We're seeing them pass baseline to baseline, which I would say also needs to address that issue.
yeah, I totally agree with you. And there's an important point that I'd like to remind people over: the issue of getting back to defense. If one person, David, is attacking, it means four have an opportunity to defense. In fact, if four can't play defense automatic, it's maybe say two crash a rebound. There's always that one on the side, and that's the guy that is supposed to look at what's happening on their side court. And we are not seeing those players being aware when it comes to that. So Bulldogs won the first quarter. Why? Because they were playing very good defense, and they were going by what is working, identifying and giving the ball to Mark Appiah, who has not had much of the second quarter. And that is what I believe enabled Red Arrows Basketball Club to be able to come back and comfortably win the second quarter. Red Arrows momentum, started utilizing their fast break advantage, the likes of Charlton, and Michael changed the tempo of the game. And of course, the presence in Conde in the paint, making sure that those that are playing either 4 or 5 for Bulldogs are not being comfortable in the paint, and they ended up closing and winning the second quarter.
It's actually contrasting if you look at the lineup of Red Arrows. They do not have like a pure center or a pure 4. All like it is just guards on the floor. And I believe that's something that, you know, they need to capitalize on. Because you're going to find the likes of, I know to say, yes, Sinkonde is, you know, he's strong, he's head, that kind of thing, but he's not a center. So looking at the lineup right now, what we have, you know, got Mark back on the floor, and Cyrus and Liz on the floor. So we're expecting to see a lot of, you know, inside play from Bulldogs, hoping to change the score scenario. And those that are watching us, you know, you can see to say Bulldogs are wearing a lighter color and the sweetened skis. It's unfortunate both teams have red as their official color. So it's, even though it's sweetened skis, but you know you're watching Bulldogs against Red Arrows.
Yeah, so talking about Bulldogs Basketball Club there, Lizwe just drove and gave a drop pass to Mark, who fortunately extended the score for Bulldogs Basketball Club, who are now sitting on 13 baskets to 44. Veteran Sinkonde there, turning it over for Red Arrows on a travel. Bulldogs now have a chance to be able to capitalize on turnover.
Indeed. You know, and talking about chance. Look at who's been guarded, who's got Cyrus at the moment. You're talking back to Michael, and it's so surprising how players do not really recognize who's guarding them. You know, you've got Michael, the smallest and guy on the floor guarding you, and you're a forward, and you're sticking to, you know, playing outside the paint. This is something that players need to recognize. Is I'm being guarded by a smaller guy. Why not just maintain, force the other guy, change their defense, punish for playing a man defense. You know, take the ball in the paint. It's surprising how players. Maybe it's just it's a mind game. You know, just for you to say because somebody's behind me, then we are evenly matched.
Yeah, it reminds me of what Coach Zimba frequently used to say. He would scream at you as a point guard and say, recognition, meaning understand what's happening on the court, see guarding who, identify where the advantage is, and that is exactly what you said earlier on. Unfortunately, Cyrus went in there, I think, with zero intention to convert and finish on that. Michael comfortably launches a 3, and he nails it. It is now 49-39. Officially, it's a 10-point game here at the Zambian Arena. Jacob. I think Jacob thought he was going to be fouled.
Indeed. He actually thought he was going to be good from behind.
Good defense there from Dominic of Bulldogs Basketball Club, anticipating where the drop pass was going, closing out the lane. Good defense again from Dominic.
Let's talk about the defense by Blue. What defense are they playing? Do I feel to say they're just all over?
I think it's man defense at the moment.
Are you sure you're watching the man defense? Because I don't know. It's like everybody's crumbling for the basketball. You know, I'm not seeing any structure in their defense rotation. Yeah. See, look at this. Look at Sinkonde. Wide open on top. No, not being guarded by anybody. So it's that pass. Oh, great catch by Lizu. Great hands and great pass to Cyrus for the finish.
So it is 49-41 baskets here. Red Arrows is still in command with the possession at the moment. Charlton trying to control things. Mike launches the 3 and he nails it.
Michael has put on a shin clinic. He's now 2-2 in this quarter.
And they need to be very careful with Michael, because the moment it is heat, he can be a problem.
You can't fire off. So they need to change. And I feel to say, Coach, I think it's wise Coach Tony to switch the defense at the moment, because the man defense, it's allowing Red Arrows to penetrate, get those to the rim. So with the height they have, I feel to say they can close up the court. There you go, side. Ooh, Arrows. Good hit by Mike. Good second chance. And there goes Red Boys. Red Arrows in the transition. One pass, and it's a basket.
And it's always the fast break. It's always the fast break. It's always the fast break. So we are at 54 to 43 baskets. So 45 to 54 baskets here. And it is Red Arrows that is still in the lead. Mbulo launches, Mbulo fails to convert. Dominic with the rebound. Red Arrows stumping the authority on Bulldogs Basketball Club, and surprisingly, David, as you earlier mentioned, Bulldogs have size, they've got the physique, but Red Arrows is the one are playing with heart. They're the ones that I'm hungry for this.
Coach Tony, giving to the players, emphasizing the need of playing good defense. Right now, Red Arrows have got momentum. Whatever they're doing, offense is working. So I believe the defense poise of Bulldogs needs change, because right now Red Arrows are having a field day, driving, shooting the basketball. So, let's see what Tony has on this timeout. Let's see if the players are going to really understand what.
David, I strongly feel his frustration, because basketball is about who wants it more. And when we talk about who wants it more, you can only show it through your play. So Red Arrows is fight literally for every ball to be, tooth and nail. And on the other hand, you're seeing a casual set of guys, who are taller, who are bigger, allowing, guys that some of them have their size, picking those rebounds, getting those rebounds. So really, I very much understand, Coach Tony's frustration at the moment.
Even just the size, Right now, we have Red Arrow have got Shelton on the floor, the smallest guy. They've got Michael. Looking at the size, it's so puzzling, so baffling that Red Arrows are actually controlling the ball. So I feel to say the players need to start recognizing to say, right now we've got the size. Yes, let's just keep the basketball. Why bringing the basketball down? Even in the penalty field, just keep the basketball up. Get those. Mark has gone quiet.
Mbulo on the layup. And I don't know why you can allow it to run coast to coast. Okay, grab a rebound and run coast to coast. There's nobody to stop it.
Indeed. I'm
here. Charlton picking a rebound on Jacob. David, I think that's unacceptable. Charlton cannot pick a rebound on Jacob. It shouldn't happen. Yeah. And for me, it just proves right the castigation that we earlier heard Coach Tone giving the guys. I mean, he deserves to be upset at the moment, because guys are being more casual on the floor now. And what you need is a set of guys that are a little bit hungry, a set of guys that can push.
Indeed. So we've seen a change in personnel by Bulldogs. They are bringing the light Chingwenya to match with the speed of Sheffield.
60 to 45 is the scoreline here at the Zambian Arena. Red Arrows leading and Bulldogs trailing. Red Arrows charging forward, and it is Charlton. Good defense there by Lisbon.
Shimwemwe on the drive.
That's the aggression that we need to see. That is the aggression that we need to see. We obviously have guys that are not enough to be able to stop a blow or a guy that charges what's the key on a strong drive.
You know, I feel to say right now Bulldogs are playing defense on offense. Because if you see what's happening is all of them
Play defense and offense.
Yeah, indeed. Because every decision they're making is going against it.
Okay.
And it's not the right decision. You know, be it, you know, take that quick shot without anybody, without any independent rebound. You know, every they drive in, they want to put the ball down. So it's more like you're just playing defense on offense. So it's so surprising.
Right Champo to basketball. Champo finds Simkonde. Simkonde hands it back to Champo. Turnover there.
No. You see, this is exactly what I was saying. Look at their passing. You're talking about you are playing a team that's undersized, and you're passing the ball right their hands.
But Mbolo now is comfortable enough to make changes, bringing back Jamaya into the game and resting Champo, whose momentum has slightly picked up.
Interesting. Number 14 is sitting on 4 fouls already. And this is the third quarter.
And I will tell you, according to my own assent, he's among the only guys that so far are showing a little bit of a defensive aggression.
Indeed.
For Bulldogs. Mohamed launches a 3, and this time around he finds the top of the net for the Bulldogs Basketball Club, who are now trailing by 13. He is 63 to 50 baskets.
Talking about Chimwemwe, he's brought luck to Bulldogs. He looks like he's a player that has understood the assignment. You know, the coach.
Michael coaches. Michael connects. 66 to 50 baskets. A 16-point game.
Wayne, can you attribute the zero presence on defense by Bulldogs to them being tapped, because they played a man defense almost from the time the game started. So I feel to say right now this is a cheating on defense. I feel they just need to come clean and say, coach, retire. Yeah, we need to into a zone, because what's happening at the moment is uncalled for. 3 on 1, 3 on 1, Wendy. 3 against 1.
Then we squander the possession like that. But going to a point earlier, zone at the moment has, man defense has not really worked quite well for Bulldogs. So I think it would be prudent to try something different, which would be a zone in this case. My launches can't connect, picks and rebounds, and unfortunately, it's a travel. And again, David, I don't know, are they really tired? Because there's no way somebody could shoot 3 and then be able to pick their own rebound. 66-52 is the scoreline.
Yeah, I feel to say, we've seen the likes of Lisbon. Lisbon is on the floor at the moment, but his impact is not really being felt. So this is a clear sign that this player is tired. Yeah.
Bolo now resting his starters. David checking into the game, Evans. And by the way, I just learned recently that the players that have checked in for Red Arrows, jersey 11, are small as hills. He is the twin brother of Bracham.
Indeed. You know, the size differentiation is so...
It's very confusing. It's very confusing.
And number 11, by the time of birth, is actually oldest.
C852 is the scoreline. Bulldogs Basketball Club still trailing. Mark on the drive, and he converts with an opportunity for a three-point play. He will be shooting, he'll be taking a free throw. So Mark unfortunately couldn't complete the three-point play. Crossover from the big man there. Jeremiah, jersey 14, almost sending. And
Oh my word, oh my word.
Red Arrows picking their momentum from the arc. It is now 71-54.
Who would have thought the game would go to this?
Look at the box out there.
Why
Bula and Dominic.
Why is
Stanley on the drive. Stanley converts again. How does somebody dribble the basketball come close without anybody standing in or simply just showing some defensive presence?
talk about a change in a game. Right now we're talking about a 19-point.
Which could have easily been avoided. And you, David, bring coach, okay? This is where sometimes I would like to refuse that should always blame coaches for what happens on the floor, because look, a coach can only do as much regards encouraging, instructing, telling you what you're not seeing on the floor. But players need to show up. Players need to... That's the aggression that we need. That's what we need Bulldogs to do throughout this campaign.
Yeah, keep attacking the rim.
Keep attacking the hoop. You're playing against short guys. You're playing against guys that can't guard you if you put the ball above your head.
Indeed. For me, I would say, like, you know, getting to the point where you say it, sometimes it's players that, you know, need to take account
Responsibility,
of,
yes.
It's so funny how players would always, you know, you're on the bench and you're like, oh no, why isn't coach playing me? But you're forgetting to say it all has with attitude. Just the way you present yourself on the bench. You know, if the coach's confidence in you, definitely is going to put you in. But you're on the bench sulking. Most definitely, I won't even look at it. I'll be like, you're not ready. You get ready.
Yeah.
And sometimes it hurts just for a player just to stand up and say, coach me in. Put me in, I want to play. Show the coach that you want it.
Again, it's Cham on the rebound.
Are we watching shooting practice?
I think
Clearly you're watching a shooting practice.
it's a 20-point game now. It's now, David, it's now a 20-point game.
20-point game.
Of 76 to 56 basks here at the Zambian Arena, with Red Arrows in command of this campaign. Red Arrows at the moment being comfortable in the ball. I'm even seeing cross-court passes that ideally in this facility you would consider very difficult and risky if people are moving defensively well.
Yeah.
But Red Arrows at the moment is comfortable shooting from beyond the arc, and Pochumbo resting his starters at the moment. And it's also good for him because guys that have come off the bench have kept the momentum going and they've not slowed down the offense.
Maybe we should meet with the jersey.
They're not their usual selves because they're wearing a different jersey.
They're not used to wearing the pink jersey.
Yeah, so it has made them a little bit softer. Not really aggressive.
They're feeling feminine.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Not that I'm sexist. No.
but I mean, David, I mean, going back to your point earlier, players have to take responsibility. Players just need to take responsibility. The coach can only do so much. You can draw a play, you can give instructions, but if people are implementing your instructions as a coach with so much inertia, then definitely there won't be results on the court. So this is where the two have to meet. The coach will give guidance. He will tell you what's going on. He will tell you what needs to be done. But if you're going to approach what's to be done or the instruction casually, again, it will be a problem. But on the other hand, you are seeing Red Arrows as if they're the ones that are down, as if they're the ones that are failing in this campaign. So Bulldogs need to get in the game, get them into the game, and begin to come back.
You know, I right now, Bulldogs do not have a floor general. Right now, it's like everybody is a general on the floor. They do not have a leader, someone they're listening to. And this is where the problem comes in. Because if you look at the previous game that was there, Hayes had Thomas on the floor, shouting instructions, telling players where to stand, reminding players, we need to guard, we need to do this, take your time, sweep basket, move the basketball. They had that, you know, player who's commanding the floor. That's the difference with Bulldogs. Bulldogs at the moment are just playing. Whoever gets the basketball is just playing. So they need to identify who their floor general is and start listening to the floor. Jeremiah.
2 point back there from the Arrows forward, Jeremiah, extending the lead to 78 for 6, 22-point game now. He's where now. Bulo.
Remember the point I pointed out.
2 on 1. Gets rejected. Jeremiah working on both sides of the court.
Great block. Remember the thing that we were pointing out to say, you know, right now, a player like Leo, he started.
Yeah.
This is something that, you know, even players, there is no shame. They're saying, guys, I'm tired. I need a break. Just 2 minutes, I'll get back in the game. Because right now he's been unproductive. Because he just wants to play. He feels to say, I just need to be on the floor, even when I'm tired. Yeah? Right now, you're punishing your team. They're missing out on the offensive presence. They're missing out. Yeah, they're missing out on the defensive presence. So he needs to take a break, come on the bench, compose yourself, then get back in and change the game.
So it is 81 to 56. Arrows sitting on that comfortable lead, continuing to be aggressive and utilizing their transition play. Bulldogs Basketball Club are yet to pick the offensive rhythm, and I do agree with you. What about players being time on the floor? That's another potential turnover. Dominic launches. Dominic fails to convert from beyond. Red Arrows with an opportunity to attack and possibly convert. Champo. And this time around, obviously not bright Champo. A smaller but bigger Champo. George launches. Lisbeth with the rebound. Lisbeth going all the way. I don't know why Lisbeth didn't finish that ball. Why does he keep dropping the ball in the paint? He's got the length, got the height,
and he had the momentum.
I don't know why he keeps dropping the baskets. I mean, who do you expect to finish? Jacob launches.
Jacob. That was a bad take. Right now, Bulldogs players are in peak mode. They are so in panic mode at the moment.
Champ launches the 3.
Look at this. Wendy, what are we watching?
I think we're watching practice for Red Arrows.
Indeed.
I'm just watching practice for Red Arrows. I think, I don't know, who tapped that basketball inside?
It was an Arrows player.
And then Bulo got it on the other side.
Indeed.
So isn't that supposed to be a back?
It's a backward. I don't understand why.
don't you allow to change course?
Yeah.
Was there not an opportunity for the referee to correct the course?
You can, they're actually allowed. Because looking at what came first, was it foul or the backcourt? It was the backcourt.
It's a backcourt, yes.
But the foul doesn't stand.
So it is, so it was supposed to be a backcourt. So now, again, going to the Red Arrows play, you're looking at a bench player like Mbulo, being aggressive, being assertive, being confident, you know, going to rack. And this is what we need to see more from Bulldog. And I believe if this started earlier on, the results or the score would be different at this stage of the game.
Indeed.
Jeremiah with the big rebound for Red Arrows. He gives it to Stanley. Stanley finds Evans. Evans again rewards Jeremiah. Jeremiah muscling his way inside.
I feel to say Bulldogs right now are watching on defense.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, Red Arrows are having easy cuts the rim, easy 1-2s. This is something that, you know, needs to be addressed at the end of the quarter. Then if they are going to stand a chance in coming back to this game. Because everybody who are watching, it's like everybody's just eager to on offense. They just do not want to. There you go.
Maybe he is the player that is going to change things for Bulldogs Basketball Club. Knocking off that beat.
So we've seen Gladson checking in the money for Bulldogs. And immediately pulls up for a three. Maybe this is the turning point. You know, maybe this is the run they're on. And talking about today's game, Wendy, have you noticed to say today we are playing without shot clock?
Exactly, we are playing with shot clock. So teams basically must take advantage of this scenario, of this situation. And this is something that's quite unfortunate.
Yeah.
And why are we playing without a clock, first of all? Maybe should be the question.
That only MBA can answer and the referee. But you know, talking about playing without a shot, I believe to say referees do have the mandate to say if you're playing without a clock, they need to keep it. Because you know we're having situations where Red Arrows like happened from the previous possession. They take a shot, they didn't even to rim, but you call for reset. So meaning they literally great move.
Gladson bringing back the energy and the momentum that is needed in the game. This is good. Yeah. And this is what we're supposed to be seeing from onset of the game. Aggression,
yeah. So talking about the shot clock, you know, referees right now, they need to take it. They need to keep calm. Because we cannot have a situation if a team goes on offense and bring in the basket for a minute. The rule is, once they cross, they need to start counting. They need to check to say, okay, these guys, what have they done? Shot taken, then it doesn't hit the rim. Do you still allow them to swing the ball for 24 seconds? Yeah, because now you're punishing the guys' defense. So the referees at the moment, then we need to see them start counting down the clock. Yeah. So this is something that I see the referees do, because teams are going, having all the second chances, doing all that. But at the time they are taking to act score or to actually attempt above 24 seconds.
So you think then that an availability of the shot clock at the moment could be contributing to players unnecessarily getting tired due to overwork because time is not being regulated as it's supposed to?
Not really, Wendy. I would say...
Don't you think we are working overtime? If I'm on defense, David, and you've been regulated by the shot clock offense, you can be swinging, and here I'm just chasing you up bounce on the floor unnecessarily.
But the question when he comes in is, why are you chasing? Because if I'm playing good defense, if I'm staying right in front of you, yeah, everybody's closing out, the next pass you've closed out, everybody's just playing defense. You're definitely going to stop. Yeah? And as a player on the floor, if a team is just swinging the basketball, why am I overstretching? All to do is tell the referee, they're killing time. Make the referee aware to say the time. And when they take a shot, I need to rebound. Then it's my possession. But right now we're seeing teams that actually, not even getting rebounds. They're allowing your opponent to get 6-7 rebounds.
Let's stop the ball.
So that should have been travel there. That should have been a travel there. Nice play. Nice play. And that's the aggression that we keep talking about, that we need to see more often. Earlier on, you talked about the issue of having a floor general, somebody that control the floor, somebody that can be a leader on the floor. And I think the person, this I've heard generally, and I think the person that should assume that responsibility is Chimwemwe, who's wearing jersey number 8 for Bulldogs. He should be able to take responsibility of being the floor general, beginning to extend, that responsibility of the coach to the floor via his presence.
Yeah. Talking about the floor general, the players like Chimwemwe, he's got the voice. But what I feel is his voice is not actually pushing him. Yeah. He needs right now he's to be screaming what defense they're playing. You see? So right now he needs to keep reminding people to say, hey, who's on the boys one side, get back, hey, it's something that you just need to be loud. Because as coaches standing on the sideline, we scream. Where everybody needs to get what you say. And I feel to say the guys on the floor are just tired. The only voices we are getting right now are the Red Arrows voices. And their voices of excitement. Not that they're reminding each other what to do, they're just
cheering on us.
Yeah.
83-61, David, is the goal line. Red Arrows still sitting on comfortable lead here at the Zambian Arena. Bulldogs Basketball Club with an opportunity. Chimwemwe launches and he books himself a trip to the far side, courtesy of a foul from Jeremiah.
That foul by Jeremiah was on court, looking at the lane. All he needed to do was just go up straight.
And he's actually sitting 4 fouls at the moment.
Same as the Bulldogs number 14. I guess it's the competition of
jersey 14. It's like all the jersey 14s today are very, very active. Dominic scoring his 2 of the 3 cross. Gladson with the ball. Gladson. Unfortunately, Gladson lost that one. I don't blame the decision though. I think it was there a matchup between him and Charlton. He could have taken Charlton on. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite finish that move. Michael launches. Chimwemwe on the rebound.
On the line.
Well, David, it is actually 4th quarter at the moment. 80 to 65 baskets. Red Arrow in command. 4 minutes remaining the clock. Do you think the Bulldogs can overturn things in the game of basketball? Earlier on, you referred to what happened in the Haskins game, where we thought Looters would obviously close out the game, but as we know, that was the final score.
Looking at how end one. So looking at the way Wood at the moment are approaching the game, I feel to say they are having a very bad day. And if they continue shooting the way they're shooting, this game is done. This game is done. What's working for them at the moment is taking the ball to the rim. So if you see, all right now is just 5 stops. Look at that. Look at that. Bad defense.
Everybody caught up. And I think for me, it goes back to what you said earlier on. Not having a voice on the floor. Not having a voice on the floor because players are talking, communicating, shouting, reminding each other to play defense. You would not have that kind of situation where a man is just all of a sudden left all alone under the hoop, getting a free 2 points.
I mean, it's how that man was underneath the rim. I saw 2 Bulldog guys guarding each other. They're standing right next to each other.
And they couldn't realize, and they remind each other that, hey, you need to move away from. Good defense there.
And a bad pass. Stop that.
So Dominic and Chumamwe take a rest for Bulldogs Basketball Club.
With this sub, Coach Tony has thrown in the ball.
Okay. I agree with you.
He's given his upcoming players a chance to play the game. We can safely say he's resigned.
But I think with minutes remaining and looking at the scoreline, anything can happen in the game of basketball. David, anything can happen in the game of basketball. It's about who wants it more,
Indeed.
It's about who wants more. If the players obviously, if we could see a change of mindset and approach to the game, obviously this scoreline, by the time we get the final whistle, will be something different.
Yeah. So I feel even as coaches, we give up too easily.
Sometimes.
Our mood a bit, we also translate to mood on the floor. Yeah. Looking at the manpower, you have to tell them because you're sitting your best players.
Also,
Players
so once you withdraw
your bench players. Now you're saying this, okay guys, let's just run the clock. So
this one is done.
Yeah, this is done. So I feel good, but with 3 minutes on the floor, on the clock, it's a lot of time because we're talking about almost way above 20 possessions there.
So, in 3 minutes.
Yeah, in 3 minutes.
And 20 possessions is enough to actually change the scoreline of any game.
Yeah.
So it is 85 to 68 baskets here. Red Arrows leading Bulldogs here at the Zamshu Arena, the soccer in the Midlands regular season fixture. Coach Tony making substitutions and on a timeout giving some instructions. And we are going to see if at all the current bench players that are on the floor, with the exception of Jacob, who is a starter, how they'll be able to implement some instructions that Coach Tony has given. Vlad Sanchez a 3. Unfortunately, Gladson can't quite convert.
Gladson.
86 to 68 baskets. Friends in Kwandavea for Red Arrows converting his first free throw. Next his second, It is now 87-68.
Don't you feel this is the time where, you know, players like Jacob need to step up and just, you know, trust their...
Exactly. Just
yeah.
take things
Just take it personally.
I mean, it's a lot, okay? You are the starter who's there. Okay? You are the starter there. You're the guy that can play often. What a block there!
Where did he come from?
From the bench. What a block, man! What a block!
Oh my word. That was huge.
I equally thinking, David, how that is a foul, because I thought Bright just literally threw himself into the defender there.
Yeah, he actually baited the defender.
Baited the defender.
Yeah, he baited it and he fell for it. Because
Charles. Now, Coach Mbolo obviously has put back some of his started into the game. Do you think he will finish strong?
he just wants to send a message. Nothing finishing strong. The game is done. Yeah, he needs to rest some of the starters. Maybe use. I've seen some players that haven't played. You know.
Oh yeah.
Right now, he needs to call his starting five.
Oh, had the rejection there.
Jacob needs to step up. He needs to take command of the game.
Champo and Michael. Now, what you see there, David, is team chemistry.
That's it.
Team chemistry.
Pure chemistry. Pure chemistry.
And I like this boy's composure. Is it Gladstone? Gladstone. I like Gladson's composure. He's not afraid.
Yeah,
he's not afraid to be floor. He's not afraid to do what he feels should be done.
Yeah, he's showing the coach that he needs more minutes. He needs to be part of the starting game.
Red Arrows bench going to work.
Talk about having a good day. Talk about having a good at the office.
Good day at the office is exactly what this is.
I don't know why Red Arrows are even pressing.
So see today, I think it's a little bit of game attitude, character, positive game attitude, character from Bulldogs bench players. Champa beginning to take things personal.
Yes. This game is personal.
17-95, 24-hour game.
Bulldogs are playing, but Red Arrows keep pressing. Yeah, they're throwing in the white towel.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 95-70 basket, a 25-point emphatic win for Red Arrows Basketball Club here at the Zamshu Arena in Lusaka in the Midlands regular season feature. David, what are we having tomorrow for games? What should people be looking out forward to as we prepare and get to see what it has for us?
So for tomorrow's game, definitely the big game at 18 between Minnesota versus Warriors. Warriors have been on a win streak, you know, after the trades. You know, I had a conversation with Tito, and he was saying actually these trades, the trades of Bosch and Gosa have brought in blessings on the team because they've been on a winning streak at the moment. So,
and do you know who they're up against?
They're up against Nali Sands.
Wow. Okay.
And Hurricanes up against Unza Pacers.
Okay.
Napsa Breeze up against the Lusaka Basket Queen. Unza Han is up against Dolphins. And KSM Giants against Magic B. So that's a line for tomorrow.
So interesting games. If you have passed through Nasdaq Arena, also Zamshu, where B League games will be played, but for the A League games, they will be played at the Nasdaq Arena, and we will keep you updated. And you can follow our social media platforms as we also update you on what's happening within the world of basketball. From me, David Msonda and Winsboro, it is goodbye and see you tomorrow.
2 seconds. 2 seconds. I am good. 1, 2.